You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, right back at you. How's everything in Smallville?
Good.
Fantastic.
It's all right. And congratulations, by the way.
Yeah.
You
Got a
two have
puppy.
you've adopted.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
It's nice.
I wanted to get the dog sponsored and have a sponsored name.
We're going to get the dog sponsored.
I'm working on that, yeah.
So am I. This dog needs a sponsor. It's a little,
I agree.
What is it? It's a Malamute Husky Shepherd. What is
It's
it?
a miniature.
Pomeranian Maltese.
It looks like a miniature St. Bernard to me.
It does not.
Miniature
It does,
Does
like a
not
tiny
even.
little St. Bernard.
John, that's
Same coloring.
not even close.
Put a little basket, or one of those little kegs on his collar, her collar. It's going to be awesome.
Kind of looks like John Barnes.
Would you stop it?
You know, if you know John Barnes, everything looks like John Barnes.
According to John.
I made the mistake of saying somebody looked like our friend John Barnes. Now they tell me everybody looks like John Barnes.
And speaking of famous people, and you get John Barnes, he actually stars in Deary
He
Off
does.
the Wall
Yes, he
Psychological
does.
thriller, baby.
with comedic undertones.
Yeah.
Everybody has a birthday today, and that's just kind of no lie. Steven Tyler, frontman for Aerosmith, is 73
Nice.
today.
Nice.
Keira Knightley, of course, from Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean.
Yeah.
I could go either way. She's 36 today. Diana Ross has a birthday. Leonard Nimoy born this day.
Oh, wow.
You know, Spock and all
Yeah,
that.
okay.
And then, of course, let's get into the heavy hitters. Nancy Pelosi is 81, doesn't look a day over 97. It was 1845. A patent is awarded for adhesive medicated plaster. That would be the precursor to what we know as the Band-Aid.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Isn't that something
I was
else?
going to say the cast, but
Isn't that,
okay.
that's just
Yeah,
something else.
that's cool.
I'll tell you what,
I love
that
it.
is something else.
I am stuck.
It was 1999. This was such a fascinating story, and it still kind of is. 1999, this day, jury in Michigan finds Dr. Jack Kevorkian guilty.
I remember that.
Second-degree murder and administering a lethal injection to a terminally ill man. Kevorkian would serve 8 years. He had actually been doing that practice since 1990.
yeah.
And what a debate. And I believe there are at least one state now that has legalized what is referred to as euthanasia,
Yeah.
which is not young people from
Asia.
Asia. It is. And I want to say, I think it's legal in Oregon.
Okay.
And I mean, it fascinates me. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm totally fine with it. As
I
long
watched-
as there's medical,
So I think
reasoning behind
my
it.
mother sat me and my brothers down several years ago and just said, we need to have this discussion. She said, if my quality of life is such, if I'm terminally ill, I need one of you guys to swear you'll pull the plug.
Mm-hmm.
And out of her 5 sons, I was the only one to shoot my hand up in the air.
me, pick me, pick me.
As a matter of fact, he unplugged her while she was talking. That's just my lamp,
I
Dan.
actually did say, as my other 4 brothers, which kind of surprised me that I was the only one to step up. My 4 brothers looking at me like, what is with you? I said, hey, honestly, Ma, I'd take you out right now. If it makes you happy.
There's a movie, and I don't remember what it was called, but I watched it like a year ago. There was a movie about this, and it's a storyline of a guy that he and his best friend, and he's going with him to help him do
Yeah,
this.
I have no problems with it, honestly. If you're terminally ill and you're going to suffer, I mean, we're allowed to do it for our pets humanely. Why can we not do it for our loved ones?
It's quite the topic.
It can still be construed as suicide. And that's what I mean. It's such a debatable thing. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Well, guarantee you there are people on both sides of that topic right now.
Oh, for sure.
There's people on both sides of every topic.
Yep.
So
Some in this room.
I just love the fact that I get up every morning and go, I'm right.
Wow.
Who doesn't want to
Always.
be me? I am totally correct. Thank you very much. Now, I know, we all know. We just forge right ahead here.
Going to do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
At this point in the program, we typically have Ranger Dan's Critter Corner. We have a best
Still
of.
missing.
Yeah, we have a best of. But
I think he may just be regrouping because here's the thing. I actually got what's it called, a demo tape in the mail.
okay.
Okay.
Just a little note on it. He's working on a new theme song.
I can only imagine. That's probably what he's doing right now. We're hunkered down in a
He's
studio.
needed some solitude to
Yeah.
work on a new theme song.
Possibly. I played it. It was on cassette because Ranger Dan is super techie.
Yeah.
Right.
And I actually don't have a cassette player, so I'm not entirely sure what's on. It could be a tape full of demands. I really don't know.
I have some cassette players. We'll have to listen later. But
So,
until then, how about we get a best of Ranger Dan's Critter Corner?
Oh, I'm a big fan. Let's do it.
Me too.
I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Snabby quick salute off the well-started. Remember the old Ranger Dan cap to you two little lunatics. Don, you're looking good. Hi, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Look at you, smiley, crazy little woman. All right, rein it in.
Yeah. Still married.
Little Radio Rangers. Like I say, getting back to basics here. This is Critter Corner. I am a ranger, so I'm going to share some, fairly random, amazing, mind-boggling critter knowledge with you this morning. We're going to be jumping fast. Pay attention. Did you know the heart of a shrimp is located in its head?
No.
Yep, makes for some pretty interesting, if not totally messed up Valentine's cards. This is interesting. You know, I'm sure you've seen them maybe in the garden, outside in the parks, whatever. Slugs. Your basic slug. Did you know slugs have 4 noses?
Oh, wow.
I did
indeed
not.
do, which is why most slugs simply can't afford a cocaine habit.
Not with 4 noses, you can't.
Now, this is interesting. Did you know that 3% of all the ice in the Antarctic glaciers is comprised of penguin urine?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
3%.
Yikes.
Oh.
Penguin urine. Actually, the other 97% is other urine.
Mainly polar bears and
Polar
stuff.
bear and some Eskimo.
Yeah.
It's some Eskimo.
Frogs can't vomit.
Oh, good.
Frogs simply cannot vomit, but here's the thing. If a frog absolutely has to, it will, in fact, vomit its entire stomach
Oh, my goodness.
Ew.
and then croak.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Now, when it comes to things physical, like we're talking about here, so a frog can't vomit. You know, neither can rats, by the way. Rats can't
Yeah,
vomit
I
either,
remember
but
you told us that.
kangaroos can't pass gas.
Really?
A kangaroo
Really?
cannot pass gas, which is why they're always cranky, always bouncing, and are so darn bottom heavy. Well, that's all the time we have today, little radio. Makes them
So darn bottom heavy.
extremely explosive, too. In
Yeah.
Back in the day, I have it on good authority that warring Aborigine tribes would sometimes using bamboo as a fuse. Light a kangaroo up and throw it at enemy warriors. The art of warfare, known as the Australian Molotov cocktail.
Oh my God.
Next time, this is Ranger Dan out. None too soon. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
I really need to quit drinking.
I really need to give up drugs.
It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. And Mr. Dan Farris back in the air chair right now. With
did he just say that?
Is it
an air chair?
I'm embarrassed for everyone involved right now.
Is it hard-hitting news, Dan? I never know what you can do at this point.
Air chair. Wow.
He's the man behind the mic.
This is pretty timely because we mentioned just the other day, Sioux Falls School District had put the kibosh on senior prom again this year, which was kind of sad. Well, now it looks like all the public high schools are going to be doing their own thing. Kind of an underground, deep state, double secret deal. And here's the breakout. According to Dakota News Now, Lincoln High School students, along with their parents, are planning a prom to be held after the Grand March.
Okay.
The end of the school year. It's going to be pretty contained, but it will be kind of a full-blown prom. The new event venue, and we were talking about this just the other day, John, the Social.
Okay, that's where that'll be. Gotcha.
Our buddy Lynette runs that place. We'll be hosting the event. They're capping capacity.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, they're going to cap capacity for Lincoln High Schoolers at 275. Masks will be required.
Nice.
Okay. Well, you know what? At least they get to do it. I mean, that's...
What are the other schools doing?
Let's see. 2 other high schools in Sioux Falls planning similar events. Prom for Washington High School students is being set at Sioux Falls Convention Center on April 24th.
Okay, nice.
Roosevelt is set for April 24th as well, with a little bit of a twist. The planning committee will be combining a senior class party and prom, calling it Masquerade, the class of 2021 prom and senior class party in disguise.
Okay.
Where's that one?
You know what?
Log Cabin Bar and Grill.
Does not. It does not say, actually. And since Lincoln High School isn't affiliated at all with this underground prom, the students are not being allowed to promote it with posters, banners, or anything within school property. So to get the word out, the students who are organizing this deal are wearing underground prom shirts and promoting on various social media websites. So.
Yeah. And the news. It's on the news.
and on this radio station right now.
Which, again, probably not the best way to reach necessarily high school students on the news or here, but...
well, I think it's kind of cool that, a group of kids and parents took it upon themselves and said, look, we need to do something, so let's do it. And
right. I think it's great, too.
Yeah,
it
sounds like it's going to be safe and on the up and up.
And they're doing it right. Again. And you're not required to go. So if you don't want to go, you don't have to go. So I like that there are some options there. That's cool. Well, Dan, thank you for the update, man.
Hey, it's the least I can do. From the air chair, John.
It is from the air chair. And I just wanted to let folks know that we've got...
I haven't heard that in 30 years.
We've got some really fun stuff in the works here. I just want to make sure, because we've talked about it a little bit off the air, but next Saturday we have the Sioux Falls Easter egg hunt.
Oh, this is a big deal.
We're going to talk more about that between now and then, but I just want to make sure I plant that little bug in everybody's ear. If you want all the details, there's a link now at sunnyradio.com. And it's got all the details. But a huge thank you to Cricket Wireless and Market Beat. Both of those two stepped up in a big, big way to help us help them. It's the Guardians of the Children who put on this event. This is our 3rd annual event. Again, all of the details at SiouxFallsEasterEggHunt.com. We got a link on our page as well. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. Our coffee break brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. If you could do something today that could save someone's life, would you do it? If it didn't cost you a dime and only took a little time and could literally save a life, would you do it? Can you believe that only 3% of people say yes to this? How's that possible? That's the real percentage of people who give blood. It's something you can do whether you're a millionaire, middle class, or completely poor. There's no fee and it's easy to do. And you can literally save a life. Let's roll up our sleeves and make a difference. Give blood. We can do better than 3%. Learn more at redcrossblood.org. Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We are going to brighten your day right now with something positive, and I'll bet it's going to even be kind of funny and make you smile because I have a very funny comedian right now, Nathan Timmel, joining me, and we've got him on the line. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I am doing well. How are you?
I am also doing well. We are excited to see you in Sioux Falls tomorrow. You're going to be here this weekend telling jokes and making people smile, right?
I will be. I've been coming to Sioux Falls for years. You guys, bosses have been sticking around. I've been to it before, and I'm looking forward to coming to the new location for my first time.
And the new location, I'll tell you, is a bigger location, which is awesome. That means there's room for more people. So if you're listening right now and you're going, boy, kind of like to check this out. Tomorrow would be a great time to check it out because I know Nathan is a very, very funny guy. Now, how long have you been a comedian, Nathan?
I've been a comedian for about 20 years now. I am an undiscovered gem, as they are called. I've been able to eke out a living, but I live in Iowa, which means not too many agents sniffing around to put me on television.
One of the things that I think is really cool, I think this is really neat, in addition to telling jokes around here, you've actually had a chance to go overseas and make the troops smile as well, haven't you?
Yeah, very honoring and humbling. Nothing against Sioux Falls, nothing against anybody that wants to come out tomorrow, but honestly, performing for the troops in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, that's got to be a highlight. I love coming to Sioux Falls, but it just, when you get a chance to go over where they're trapped far from home for months on an end and just tell some jokes, and like, I've never been military, so the fact that what I do as a mouth clown in order to give back to people that sacrifice for our country, it's just fantastic. And I've been nothing but honored and humbled by the ability to do that.
Well, I think that's really, really cool. And you and I have several mutual friends, and everybody that I've talked to says, oh, he's the greatest guy. And one of them told me that little tidbit right there that I thought, this would be kind of a nice thing to make sure we mention, because I think it is cool. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, how do I put this? I get embarrassed when people thank me for doing it, and I appreciate the thanks. Like, I get torn inside because as a comedian, I know other comedians that have done it, and when they get on stage, they're like, hey, I perform for the troops, give it up for me.
Yeah.
And so it sort of rubs me to where I actually like downplaying it, where it's like, yeah, I do it, but let's put the focus on the people serving.
Absolutely.
Not the guy that just goes over and talks about himself, because unfortunately, I do see too many comedians say, hey, guess what? I perform for the troops. I'm so awesome. And that makes me run the other direction. It really makes me... But I do talk about it on stage in respectful and funny ways. I talk about the great experiences I've had over there.
Well, I will say it's awesome. You don't have to. I think it is very, very awesome. So when we get a chance to see you tomorrow night at Boss's Comedy Club, what kind of humor, for people that haven't had a chance to see on stage, how would you describe your humor? Are you similar to any comedian that we might already know?
Well, I'll tell you two things. First and foremost, I would say that I'm a storyteller. I tell stories about my life and try and make them amusing, because that way at least I'm attempting to be original. Like if I were to say, hey, Uber's pretty wacky, isn't it? Hey, has anybody gotten Grubhub? You're going to see 10 million comedians doing jokes like that are observational and or popular culture. So I try to talk about my life, which means nobody will ever heard it before. But more importantly, and secondly, my comedy can best be described as no politics.
Nice.
I'm not going to talk politics on stage. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I'm not going to be making fun of you for your beliefs. Let's just, we made it through the election. Let's just laugh at everything not involving politics. Let's just forget it all and just share a nice moment where we're just citizens. We're just united together.
I love that. That's a great idea. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you very much for taking time to chat with us today.
Thank you for having me. Can I say one more thing? Just
you can.
One more?
Yeah, absolutely.
I absolutely want to make sure that I pander to everybody right now and say, hey, I know we're on the tail end of a pandemic, so let me tell you this. If you think that COVID is a hoax and not real, then you have no excuse not to come out and be in public.
There you go.
But if you do think COVID is real and you want to make sure you're safe, well, Bosses has all the proper protocols in place, so you'll be safe. There, I just pandered to both sides of the issue.
That is awesome. And I can tell you, I've been there several times in just the last few weeks even, and everything is spaced properly. It is good. So either way, come out and join us tomorrow night. Again, Nathan Timmel has been our guest today. He's the comedian tomorrow at Boss's. All of the details at SiouxFallsComedy.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, ChannelSurferTV.com presents entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
The celebrity, this guy's gone fabulous. This crosses a couple of different paths here. If you're an NFL fan, you're familiar with the Dallas Cowboys, of course.
I've heard of them.
Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, who last time I checked, nobody likes him.
I've never heard of him.
But you know what? Every now and again, somebody with a whole bunch of bucks will step up and do something pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones has just written a $20 million check.
Wow.
Towards completing the National Medal of Honor Museum and Leadership Institute.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, which happens to be right down the road from AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play.
That's awesome.
What this is, if the National Medal of Honor is, of course, the biggest
yes
honor anyone in the military can receive, and this thing has got that funding now will push the museum to about $70 million all told as it nears completion in its design phase. They plan to break ground on it next spring.
Okay.
They've got $70 million just in designing it? Or that's the amount that they have so they can now go build it?
Yeah, they've got enough now where they can even break ground and start getting some.
I got to start drawing pictures of museums.
Yeah, and again, the Medal of Honor bestowed during the Civil War 158 years ago.
Yeah,
actually, the very first one, and is the highest military award for valor in combat. Over the years, actually, there's been 5 recipients in South Dakota.
That's awesome.
Probably the most well known would be Joe Foss.
Absolutely.
There's Marine Fighting Squadron 121. Joe Foss took out 26 Japanese planes.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. 1942 to 1943 to become a Marine Corps air ace in World War II. So.
That is awesome.
So hey, good for you, Jerry. Nice to loosen up those pockets. That's pretty cool.
I love it when people who have the means do that kind of thing. That is absolutely amazing. So, Dan, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
I really need to give up drugs.
I really need to quit drinking.
It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, March 26th, 2021. Equity markets wobbled again Thursday with the indices down in early trading and then regaining a bullish stance later in the day. Elsewhere in the market, investors are keeping an eye on issues in the Suez Canal. A container ship has the canal blocked. Could be weeks before it's freed. The blockage, by the way, is holding up what could become trillions of dollars in global trade, and that could stall what should be a very strong economic rebound this year. On the economic front, initial jobless claims fell to the lowest level since the spring of 2020 as total unemployment begins to subside. The figures are positive for job creation, making next week's NFP more important than ever. An uptick in job creation could be what the market needs to get the bulls up and running again. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.